What up, wheat field? Welcome to the wheat field. Welcome to the wheat field. Welcome to you. What up, y'all? Wheat, how y'all doing? Welcome to the wheat field. If you new, welcome. Welcome to you too. Welcome to the wheat field. I pray that you guys are having a great day. And whenever you find this message, it's good for you. Good for you now, Ashe. Today is April the 14th, I believe. It's Friday, April the 14th. But it really don't mean too much of a thing. Again, whenever you get this message, let it be good for you, edifying onto your soul, and it's exactly what you need for your space and time. If it resonates, take it. If it don't, leave it where it be. Every message is not for thee. We are speaking to the collective. These messages are for y'all's week. What up, Wheat Field? What up, y'all? Wheat, how you doing? How you doing? What it do? What it do? Welcome to the Wheat Field. Welcome to you. We got some cards. We do. We got some reflection. We got that. That's here. We gonna do some reflection. Yeah, baby. We got some of that. We got some persuasion. Father pulled the persuasion deck. Yeah. We got that out too. Persuasion. Somebody trying to persuade something, persuade yourself. We don't know. We'll see how it comes out. What the Father wants to say, what the Source wants to say. But until we get underway, before we get underway, we got some disclaimers. Yeah, we do. Ashe. We got the starry beginnings here. We got to begin from the beginning. We got to let you know, just in case you didn't know. We are Channeled Messenger. Welcome, hi, welcome to you. We are Channeled Messenger. My name is Lottie here at Tears and Beach Road Show, where you show enough never know what you gonna get. Because this right here, beloved, is like life. It's like a whole box of chocolates. You just never know what you're gonna get. You just never, ever know. I don't be knowing. I be clueless until Father bring the message, and that's really just it. Yeah, we don't be knowing. We don't be knowing. That's right, you heard me say it. We are spiritual, not religious, and we cuss too. If it's shit, then it's shit, then that's what we call it. And that's just pretty much that, okay? Time to do it a bit differently. We got to split and walk your own journey. Maybe that's the theme for the day. Time to do it different and time to walk your own journey. Can you see that? Walking your own journey. You can go your own way. We got some empowering questions, and we got the hidden truth too, Ashe. So we don't really know what the message is going to be. We don't. Father bring it together. Father bring the heat. We can start slow like that old school Crisco, like that lard, that thick white stuff that have to get it out the can and put it in the pan, and most high put some heat on it, and we get to cooking. We get to moving. We get to going. We don't know what we cooking yet. It could be slow. It could be like a casserole. Put it in the oven, bake it. Put it in a slow cooker and just let it go. Or we can start frying and get to, like some high grease, drop in some nuggets or something like that. You know what I mean? How it be. Yeah. We don't know. We got Let You Down here on the Hidden Truth. That was out. So we gonna pray because, again, we not religious, but we spiritual. I say we do everything in the spirit. Yes. And before we get to getting this message out, we need to pray. Bring the Father in. We need to activate. We got to activate. I still keep hearing the phrase hear it. Like somebody is either not hearing or they're not listening. Something is going on with listening and paying attention. Maybe you're trying to persuade somebody or something. We got reflection, again, persuasion, hidden truth, and starry beginnings. And also asking ourselves some questions with these empowering questions. So let's just jump into the prayer. Thank you, Father, so much. Bless these cards. Refresh the energy. Refresh the energy for this reading. Give us good, clear messages, Father, for your wheat. Let that message be edifying first onto me, so that I may edify self and be so full of what you deliver back, be so full of what I receive, that I am able to serve that out to your wheat. Yes, serve it out to my brethren, out onto the field, for whoever may need it. I pray that you allow them to be edified too. Edify them so that they can serve and they can service you, Father. Yes, let us come together in harmony and unity over the message that you, Father, will bring. Sitting me back, Father, you step into the forefront to bring the message. Again, that message that will harmonize us, Unify us. Allow us to magnify ourselves so we can serve that magnified edification up to you, Father. For heaven has come to earth to do a work that we don't remember. And to get into that remembrance, we ask questions of ourselves. We reflect on ourselves. We may have to have conversations with others and develop a sense of affluence and inspirations where we can influence others with not necessarily changing their mind, but or just persuading them away from what they are held fast to, but giving them something new, a new beginning, something else to hold on to, something deeper, something, again, edifying onto the soul, onto the spirit. And whoever you bring to this space, I hope it resonates, and I hope that their spiritual ears can hear it. Thank you, Father, for everything that you will do in this space. And I pray that you seal us. Pull me into your inner sanctuary, Father, into your intimate space, blocking out anything that will come against your will, that will stand against your word, Father, that will cause confusion, disillusion, conflict, distractions, all of that, Father. Block out any weapon that would be formed against us, against your word, to our own detriment, Father. Allow us to come into unity again, into alignment with you. And if we be so aligned to serve in this space now, seal us, Father, with your ashe, or give me further words than I should pray. Source says to block out distractions going forward. Like maybe there's going to be some distractions that come in towards you, or some things that's in your recent past that are distracting you. And Father, say to block that out. Block that out. I hear new. Like newness, freshness is coming, and you need to be prepared to be ready, to be grounded, to be rooted, to be steady, I feel. To be to know that you are held in safety. Like maybe you were, participating in the distraction and the chaos. You know what I mean? And Father say to stop, to rest yourself, to block it out. Have you had to put a block on somebody? And that's funny because I recently did have to block somebody. I did. But I don't feel like that is this. No, this is something totally different. Yeah, something for you to reflect on. Maybe you need to have time to reflect, blocking out the distractions so that you can have time to reflect, you can have time to think, you can have time out here to get in sync, into alignment. Yes, that's what I feel. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, Father, what we gonna learn today? You want to start with this one? Nope. But you're here for a purpose. Father say these distractions may be taking you away from your purpose because you are on a journey and you're going your own unique way. We saw that. Yeah, so the distractions that are coming against you are definitely to prohibit you from doing the work that you're here to do. Yeah, you're trying to get underway with something and bring things in, and the distractions are coming to confuse you, to cause chaos, conflict. I feel like to keep you from doing what you're supposed to do. Believe in your power to manifest. That's what I was saying. It's something that you are trying to manifest, to bring in. You're working for something to bring things out here, goodness into your life, and there's some things that's coming against you out here causing strife, chaos, conflict. Yes. Father said he didn't want this deck right now, but it's just energy. Yeah, you're here for a purpose. Stopped me and brought me right back to this. Whatever it is, that's a part of the energy. Where you want to go? We have Persuasion Day. We didn't get the empowering questions out the box. Can I get them out now? Okay. Refresh these cards for the energy of the day for this reading, Father. Thank you. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Yes. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Father. I feel like for what you're going to do, I feel the Father is on the move. Anybody feel like that too? Like the Father is on the move and the Father is going to do something really special with you. I don't know if your purpose has a thing with persuasion, like a talking. I told you I hear affluence or influence, right? And so we do see reflection and persuasion in a new beginning, and there's a hidden truth in all of this too. So to empower yourself, ask questions. You know, it's a thing. We have Smile here. Hi, Ting. Smile. You know, it's a beautiful day outside. It is. Creation awaits you. This tree has fully bloomed, y'all. I wish y'all could see it. I'm about to turn this camera just a little bit and flip it. Y'all see that tree right there? I'm going to zoom in and see if y'all can see. All of those nice, beautiful flowers, they were not there just yesterday. No, it was still closed up. It was still, they were just starting to peek open. And then today, through yesterday and today, they have blossom, just bloomed, Ashe. And I feel like that, like something is beginning and it's going to take off. I've been watching this tree all week, and I feel like it's what is very representative of the energy in the wheat field. Like for a specific wheat, particularly, that it's something that's going to bloom, or somebody is blooming and it's just going to take off, and the world is just going to notice. Like, people are not going to be able to walk past and not see it. And I feel like your power to influence, to persuade is just going to be like, to what? Okay. But it's something that's still hidden, something that will be revealed as you reflect and question self. I feel always questioning self to go deeper, 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 deeper. Let's go deep. Persuasion we have. Do you want this one first? No. But we did talk about Smile. Where would you like to go first? Father say empowering question. Using the word because when asking for a favor. That's the thing. We have the 4-second stare, keeping eye contact. The optimal length for eye contact for persuasion is 4 seconds. Do you look people in the eye? Eye contact is very important when conveying confidence, but sometimes people can feel like it's too much, it's too intense. Like if you just and you don't break, it's a thing where people can shy away from it. You can push people away. You can repel people by being too intense. Maybe it's too intense. And we right back on Smile. Smiling, team. Smile. You just smile. Even though it hurts, see, I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I'm in it for a while, I smile, smile. So hard to look up when you've been down. What they say? Something, 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 something. Now, it just says just smile. I used to listen to that all the time, and now I can't remember the second part of that chorus, the chord. But I just keep hearing, even though I'm in it for a while, I smile, smile. So hard to look up when you've been down, right? Something about that. Smile more. It says, but not too much. But I heard you don't smile enough. Like maybe, again, you've been down. So hard to look up when you've been down. Even for 1 minute for a while, I smile. sudden, now we got things being sawed in half and right in the middle of everything. Distractions, staring. Again, it's something about intensity. It's something about intense, being too intense, being down, not smiling. Something that's preventing you from conveying um, your meaning, being received. Something that's blocking, standoffish, I feel almost. Being very down in the spirit, in your heart, I feel somebody's been very down. Okay, let's go ahead. Empowering question. That's a super big B. We talked about them boys yesterday too. It came out in our reading. We saw a meme and it came out in our reading about how bees' bodies are so huge that they shouldn't be able to fly, but they don't know that, so they fly anyway. What kinds of feelings am I feeling right now? What kinds of metaphors can I find to describe my feelings? Again, that bee, like, it doesn't know that it shouldn't fly because its body is too heavy. The weight that it carries is so heavy that its wings should not be able to lift it off the ground and propel it forward and fly. But it does, through belief. And the other thing is like fleas. Do you know that fleas could jump 36 feet vertical? They have a 36-foot vertical. But over time, they've learned that they can only jump so high. Like if you put them in a container and they learn that they can only jump so high without hitting the top, they teach their children that they can only jump so high. Like the children take that on through learning. Is there something that you've taken on through learning, through observation? Is there something that you're looking to change, to undo, or something that's affecting you through persuasion? Is someone attempting to persuade you? Yeah. What is my instinct telling me to do? Do you instinctually know you could do more, you could be more than what somebody is telling you, attempting to persuade you, like your environment, what you're going through, and you're being persuaded that things are limited for you, what you cannot do. Yeah. What is, yeah, whatever fascinates you so much that the thought or the feeling won't leave you alone. There's something in your purpose. You're here for a purpose, and whatever this purpose is, you're fascinated by it. You are. Whatever this purpose is, you're fascinated by it, and it doesn't leave you alone. Maybe others are trying to persuade you that you can't do it, or maybe you're trying to persuade yourself that you can do it. You know, trying to get that belief like the bumblebee. Yeah. And this is in reverse. It says, what is my life like when it's in balance? I do feel like somebody is out of balance, right? That feeling that you're down. So hard to look up when you've been down, right? I cannot even hear the rest of that part. I just hear it's so hard to look up when you've been down, even though I'm in it for a while. God is saying smile, right? Like you definitely are not smiling enough. You're not blocking out the distractions, or you're unable to block it out. Whatever is coming against you that's causing you chaos and confusion, like it's so much noise. We heard the dog barking, which the dog wasn't even out when we got out here. They literally walked out the house, went across the street. Somebody opened up the door, played with the dog, it started barking. Then we have my neighbor across the street. I don't know what he's building in his van. It looks like maybe, people who like to live in their van, and they put all this stuff in it. And he's building stuff, and he hadn't turned on a chainsaw in I don't know how long, but we get to going and the chainsaw comes on. So now it's like the ability for people to hear you, to hear me. The distractions. Maybe you can't even hear your spirit, right? You're having a hard time. Hidden truth. There's something hidden. I have too much to lose, and I don't want to know it's here. I have too much to lose, backed up by I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I want to make amends. That's here as well. Maybe somebody wants to persuade you to make amends to fix something. I don't know how to feel. Pushing the deck. I don't know how to feel. Again, somebody feels, I feel like all over the place, like you've been down for a while, like that depressive feeling, like in a slump. And maybe your spirit is trying to pull you out of it, persuade you, or something like that, or others are trying to pull you up and persuade you, and maybe you're just in a period of state of reflection. That could be it. Questioning yourself will help you do that. Come out to see the hidden truth. You have a purpose, and everything that you went through will feed, it will edify you. That is just always my advice. I would do it all over again. Maybe it's something that you would do again, you know? Even though you're in a situation and you feel a kind of way about it, you would do it all over again. Or it was just made for you to do. It was purposeful for you to do it. Do you want this? Anything else? Or is it this? This one. I'm not over you. Somebody's not over you, or they're not over a situation. Is it a person? Is it the situation? Somebody's not over the situation. Like if you're talking to the event, you would say, I'm not over it. I'm not over it. They're still dealing with it. Even though I'm in it for a while, God is saying, smile. There's purpose in what you went through. It is. Maybe again, people are trying to persuade you to come out. I don't know how to feel. Somebody truly doesn't know how to feel. Is this the energy? Do you want something else? Right here. This. I want you back. Somebody wants you back, or you want to go back to a situation. Again, you would do it all over again. Even though you hurt by the situation and how things turned out, you would do it all over again. You would. I don't know what comes next is here. You want this? This one? I'm not financially stable is here. I'm recovering. I have trouble with intimacy. Somebody has trouble with expressing themselves, with expressing their feelings. I feel like, again, that intensity, like that 4-second stare, it's like, when to break, when to give way, right? Because a lot of people cannot handle that level of intensity. I feel drawn to you is here. Somebody is thinking about you, thinking about a situation, and they're trying to recover, or they are recovering from whatever initiated, or this the beginning of this situation. How did this all start? Somebody is in recovery. I think that they are starting to deal with their emotions and deal with their feelings. They're starting to sit back. Father, set me back. They're starting to sit back and think and reflect on something. Yes. And we read for the weak. And not everybody is perfect. We're called to do things. Things are contractually designed. And I do feel like it is a part of your cycle, a part of your undercurrent, I feel. A part of that energy that you need to raise up, raise up, raise it up, get it up, and get it out. I feel get it up and get it out. That somebody is trying to process some emotions and get it up and get it out. And I do feel like you have support around you during this time, and people are trying to pull you, lull you, persuade you to come out. But right now you're reflecting. Where would you like to go, Father? Starry beginnings. So beginning is here. Yeah, we got some activity in this deck right here. What are your best habits? And on the other side, what are your worst habits? What did I say? Somebody was dealing with that shadow. Somebody doing some shadow work. What are your worst habits? What are your best habits? Something about seeing self and what you're doing. What happened? What happened? Questioning yourself. What kind of feelings am I feeling right now? Not trying to get to the point where you can smile again. Is it this? What is, because you're touching my fingers. What is that? I hear tangible. I hear, again, it's like fine. You know, like that fine, like, you know, things that you would have to be very detailed. Like you have to go in it, like almost like, you know how you have to pick up something with your fingertips, like those fine motor skills, like it's very something small. Again, I hear the word intimate, but I don't know. Father, reveal unto me, reveal unto me. This one, dream big, dream with your heart. Somebody has big dreams, and I don't feel like they can do it. They can touch it, like they are almost timid. You know, something about, what is that? What is that? I hear the word tidbit, you know. Reveal unto me, Father. Give me the words for that emotion, for that sentiment. You're being called into services here. Somebody is being called into service, and it's backed up with letting go of a fixed plan, like things didn't go according to your plan, following the path of another as well. Almost like that beginning card where it says you're going to go on your own journey, like you're going to follow your own way, your own path. You know, you're being called into service. Let go of your fixed plan and don't follow the pathway of another. You're going to blaze your own path, I feel. Maybe, again, in all of this, you're trying to figure out following your instinct, getting to balance. How do you feel about what's been happened in your past that has pushed you into this direction? Away from the way where you thought you were going to go. You are the breath. Listen and connect to your intuition. Listen and connect to your intuition. And what is my instinct telling me to do? These two. What is your instinct? And that's a challenge. You know what fascinates you, but your life is out of balance. You're feeling a lot of things right now that has you caught up, almost the way that you can't even describe it. That's how I feel with this. Like you can't even describe. Is it money? I did feel money. I feel resources. Maybe you having an issue with your resources, but you have big dreams. Again, this card is representing itself. Do you want it on the table? No. Feeling the kind of way about resources. Recovering, because we did say that somebody had a sentiment of not being financially stable. The way is clear. Awaken to the power within you. The way is clear. Again, I hear, even though I'm in it for a while, I smile. Smile. So hard to look up when you've been down. Even though I'm in it, all I can hear is, even though I'm in it for a while, I smile. Like, even though you're in this situation, you're having issues, there's some things going on, things that you probably can't even really describe or put into words to other people. Only be able to use kind of like descriptive metaphors, and maybe it's not even making sense. You know, you know that you would go through the track that you've been through, you would do it all over again. And maybe you just can't explain why. Why was I compelled to do this? Why would I still do this? Maybe you want to do this thing. Maybe you wanted for it to happen the way that it did. And because it was some of that lower vibrational frequencies, like the shadow self, those other habits, those other things. Time to move on. Father say it's time to move on. Time to move on. Time to flow with the river and see where it takes you. Anything else in there? No. Flow with the river and see where it takes you. Smile. You want something else out of here? Do you want to look at this card? We got because again, and then the 4-second stare is right back out. I don't know why this thing is keep coming on. Whatever it is, it's something that's pretty intense. It says the optimal length of eye contact for persuasion is 4 seconds. Anything less may be perceived as weak, and anything above feels creepy. It's something about balance, balancing that, and something is out of balance. What is my life when it's not? What is my life like when it's in balance? Somebody is not balanced, and you can't even describe why. Share food together. Imagine though. Imagine. Imagine. Use the word imagine to draw someone into your vision. For example, when you start a presentation, imagine a world where. Imagine a world where you follow your instincts. Imagine a world where you're doing the thing that fascinates you the most. Maybe you're in a world of imagining. I hear escapism. I see the hangman. Like you're held up, you're delayed because of your imagining, your visioning. Like the 3 of Wands, standing there with a vision. And that's what Father said, about having a fixed plan. And maybe that fixed plan, again, was along the path of another person, right? And you're following, or you were following another person, and that took you into a certain type of way. You're not really for sure if you would change it, because I feel like you enjoyed it, even though it led you into something that wasn't so great. I hear consoling, a need to be consoled, a need to be comforted. Tackle hard questions. Reflection. That's a great question. Like, are you able to look what's right back on the bottom? Smile. Somebody is having a hard time smiling. Finding a reason to smile. Smiling through the conflict. Smiling through the chaos. Having a sense of gratitude for what you've been through. I don't feel like you think it's funny or like a laughing matter. I feel like somebody is really down, you know. Share food together is here as well. Maybe it's somebody in your family, somebody that you break bread with. You know, the good feelings associated with food have been proven to enhance one's mood, makes them more receptive to cooperate with you. Yeah, maybe you're going to take somebody to dinner or sit down and have a meal, or you're going to go to dinner with someone. Something I feel like to rectify a situation, have a conversation. Maybe you're going to need to not persuade them, but just convey your emotion to them, and you really don't even know how to say what you feel. Being able to express it in kind of like of a metaphor to describe it, right? I really don't know how to tell you how to feel. Maybe somebody's going to have an intervention with somebody about bad habits, poor habits. You know, somebody that is depressed and don't feel like they have a reason to smile, like they're okay in the toxicity and what they're doing. And maybe there are others, again, I feel others corral and rallying around to pull them out, to lift them out, to pull them up, to convince them to block out the chaos, block out the distractions, block out the conflict, and move forward, like to set forward on a new path, on a new journey. And this person is not even going to be able to explain to you how often do I give myself permission to enjoy life? Like maybe this is how they experience, how they enjoy. And somebody is saying, I am recovering. Maybe that they are trying to recover, to pull themselves out. Is there anything else in here now? But they want to be connected. They do. They want to reconnect. What are your best habits? What are your worst habits? Despite their habits, they want to reconnect. Has there ever been a time in your life when you felt you could never fully repay someone? When was it? Somebody feels like they can never repay it. They can never make it up. They can never recover. But they also realize that what happened was a part of God's plan, of God's purpose. Or it's just the toxicity in what they were into. They don't even know if they would take it back, if they would do anything differently. Not truly. Maybe you guys feel that, like, they're not really, I don't know if repented is the right word, or maybe you just don't accept. Somebody doesn't have acceptance. Do they accept, Father? Who accepts? So the other person accepts their toxicity and they're sitting in it. And others are trying to pull them out of it. Even like the double-edged sword. Like they know that they hurt people, but it's not necessarily enough for them to want to change. Where? Right here? This one? What is the most challenging thing you're dealing with right now? Again, somebody is dealing with something very, very challenging. I almost feel like an addiction. I do. Like somebody is in a very dark place and they're having a difficult time blocking out that low vibrational habit, like whatever drives them, you know, not even the fact that they're being honest with themselves and saying that I don't know if I would change anything, how to change anything. I can't even describe it to you, and they can only talk to you in metaphors, like not direct, pointed, dot dot dot, like very very pointed conversation. They are not able to express it to you succinctly. I feel like very fine, very fine and succinct. I feel gameplay, like maybe they play a lot of games, and this is again a card that just comes in the deck. It says gameplay, it says best practices. Listen with your full attention and refrain from judgment. If you are a person trying to help another out and you're lending them your energy in terms of healing, to help pull them out of a state of depression, out of bad habits, low vibrational toxic habits that are affecting family, friends, children, things like that, their livelihood. Like maybe you just want to see them get to the good. It's something about listening with your full attention, because this person doesn't have the ability to fully express to you what's going on. They don't, do they? No. They don't even know why. Like, I think that's why the reflection is here, for them to reflect, for you to reflect, so that you know how to lend your energy. What is your most memorable childhood accident? Something happened that they are dealing with that has set them off in a way. Maybe they are, drinking or acting out because of childhood issues. You know, things that they really can't even describe. Maybe they don't remember. They can't put their finger on it. Why? What is the most challenging thing you're dealing with right now? Somebody's dealing with something very challenging, very, very hard. And they're being called to sit back and reflect. Maybe you guys are trying to ask them to think about it, to reflect. Reflect on your life. Look at what's going on. Come and bring yourself back to balance. You know, trying to pull them out, pull them up, pull them out. And they are maybe looking back. And it's like, okay, they would probably do it all over again. Like, they probably wouldn't change too much. Would they change, Father? They go back and forth. They go back and forth. Like, maybe they do have a desire to change in some sense, but they're not able to do it right now. It's something that they feel like they're missing. Something else that they need. And I hear clarity. And that's why they're being called to reflect, to question. To question. Is there an advice for your week? Yes. Is it in here? The advice? Did we get it? No. Listen. How often do you enjoy yourself in how often do I give myself permission to enjoy life? How do I feel then? This is the father hat, the card father had on top. And it was like, are you enjoying life? Are you able to sit in the sunshine? Look at how nature is blooming, how there's newness, how there's freshness, new opportunity, a whole new season, a whole new cycle, a whole new beginning. That it's time to move on from the past. What kinds of situations do I avoid? What does this evasion say about my previous experiences or beliefs? Again, I heard escapism in my head, and I could see the hangman. And sometimes the hangman represents being delayed because you're just not moving, you're not going forward. Not always that the situation has delayed you, but you set yourself to a fixed plan. We saw to let go of a fixed plan. And you set yourself in such a way, or they have set themselves in such a way where they will not be moved. Like, they are not willing to move quite yet. Are they willing to move quite yet? No. And fathers say that they may be being set back so that they can reflect. Maybe the Father is going to root them, tie them down in something in such a way so that they can reflect, so that they can come to a balance, so that they can do a turnaround and come to balance, because balance is upside down. It's upside down. It's a challenge for them to balance themselves out. And I think the Father is sitting them down so that they can reflect, so that they can look at the hidden truth, that there's other issues that they are dealing with and that they have dealt with, that they haven't really got into the fine details of it. you know, to be able to feel it. And it's something about being very, very intense. Yeah, it's something about being very intense, like the intensity of it. Father say, time to move on. The only thing that's holding you back is you, and it's time to do it differently. It's time to do it different. Explore, love, and create. Time to move on. Time to move. The only thing that's holding you back is you. Flow with the river and see where it takes you. Go beyond what you've done before. It's calling you to do something different in this day. Again, going on a journey, going your own way. Maybe people are trying to help you in such a way where it's just not effective for you, you know, and they need to have a little bit more understanding. I feel like, or just, you know, they're trying to persuade you out of kindness and out of goodness, and you're fixed in what you think you know, like following the pathway of others, but you're being called to break away from that, to do it different. Being called to break away from that, to do it different, to be different. Maybe you are different. And maybe whatever happened to you in childhood stuck with you. You know, in the path that you've taken, you're probably pretty okay with it. That wheat is okay with it, right? They would do it all over again. If you ask them, they would, because maybe it's something that they enjoy. It's a part of their spectrum, you know. And there's no judgment. There's no judgment. It just is what it is. Shine love on fear. Love will light up the darkness. And this is a 1 and an 8, and that breaks down to a 9. Somebody could be, like I said, at that level, that breaking point, you know, in the middle of the storm, learning that they are storm proof, that they are not alone getting through this, that we are there to support them like you're helping them get through the storm. Maybe they just want to pull over and wait for it to pass. Again, that's that escapism, whatever that allows them to escape from the reality of it. And they really will keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. But that's addiction for you, right? That's addiction. Anything else in here, Father? No. You are here for a purpose, though. That's what we started. All of it is for a purpose. So don't discount your journey. Don't. To understand it, to reflect on self, to release judgment from self. Maybe you are dealing with judgment and guilt and blame and shame. The inability to be vulnerable, to release yourself has you held, has you fixed in a certain position, a certain mindset, still stuck in those behaviors that are on the lower end spectrum of self. Like, and people are with you, loving on you, wanting to persuade you, to help pull you out. In whatever space it is, Father is calling you to reflect, to sit back, to reflect. Maybe you're going to be set down by something, an event. Maybe that event that set you down is the thing that you are grateful for, right? You know, or eventually you will be grateful for the thing that set you down, set you back, so that you can reflect. You can discover your purpose, or that there was purpose in it. There was purpose in it. Whatever it is definitely challenging. Love yourself through it. Love yourself. Allow yourself to be loved on. There are people who want to support you, to help you come through, to come out, I feel. And they want your recovery badly for you, I think, just as bad as you do. They do. I feel like they're coming from a good, kind, loving space. This one. They miss you. What did I say? Yes. somebody misses you. Misses you. They miss hearing your voice. Anything else? No. No. Yeah, they just miss hearing your voice. We'll turn that over. What is your instinct telling you to do? You're challenged by that. And Father say, listen and connect to your intuition. You're in this space to reflect so that you can come to balance and get yourself back into a good space. Maybe dig into your purpose and see how all of this is preparing you for it. It's something that fascinates you. It won't leave you alone. But you may not have the ability to describe it using metaphors to kind of say what you feel on the inside. Right? You're doing some things that are not the best for you, or you're recovering from the things that were done while you were in your way. Right? Wanting to reconnect. But unable to kind of find your way. I feel like somebody's still struggling with it. What is the most important thing for me in this moment? I feel like somebody to discover what their best qualities are. That's self-reflection. Also getting back in touch with people, making new connections, connecting back to self, connecting back to your intuition, following what the Spirit said. What's the good pathway for you? There's purpose in it. There's a lot of intensity, so if you were speaking to someone to help them, don't stare. Don't be so intense. Break the tension. Smile a bit. Give them that warmth and that comfort. Allow them the space to be vulnerable, to release. I mean, it's a lot of shame and a lot of guilt that goes along with poor behavior, addictions, things that are just toxic against self. Because not only do they hurt self, but they hurt others, right? And to be able to make things right is you need smiles, you need warmth, you need consideration, you need compassion, right, to be given so that they can open up, right? Because they may not be able to even say, to describe the why. And they may not even really have a lot of remorse for the path or what happened in the past. Like, it may be like, oh, I did it to me, you know what I mean? So it's what I chose for self, you know. So, but I do feel like this person wants to be better. They want to recover. They want to recover. They miss the connection. They miss hearing your voice. They miss it. And I think that's going to drive them to raise themselves up. Even if it's a bit at a time, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. A bit, a bit, a bit, a bit. Again, they can't explain to you. They don't know why. They can't explain the why. The words are not even there. They can't even put it into words. They just know the feeling of it. The feeling. Just the feeling of it. They can't reach out. It's something holding them, something blocking them. And Father, again, the things was block out the distractions, block out the chaos, block out the conflict, to sit, reflect, to come back into balance, to take the time to come back into balance. And I feel like this person needs help. They need support. I feel like people are with them to support them, but the how you support them is going to be important. The how. Give them some grace and some time. They're going to get there in their own way, right? Their own personal journey. And everything that they went through, what you guys have gone through together, there's purpose in it. There's purpose. It ain't over with yet. It's not. They're going to reconnect. They're going to come back. I hear rejoin, like come full circle. They're going to come full circle. Yes. Well, this is what I have for you guys today. Is there anything else, Father? No. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yeah. Every message is just, we never know what we be cooking, y'all. We don't. We never know what the Father is going to bring. We really don't. The messages come from the Father, and I pray that whoever this particular specific week the message is for is brought to this space, as you are brought here, the Father magnetizes you, and that you find it. When it's due. Today's today, April 14th, but it's still good for now. Whenever you find it, it's good for now. And to the next now, know this: I love you. I love you. Be kind and gentle with you. Be kind and gentle to others. As you work to block out the distractions and the things that will come against you, you're working through those lower vibrational feelings, working to let it go and go on a whole new path. It takes the ability to reflect on your past, to come to balance with it so that you can let it go. You can transmute and use it. There's a service in it. I love you guys. Ashe.